I was worried that my AC was going to be way too loud, but it looks like it's not even registering. Uh, Hang on, let me get TikTok set up here. Go live. I don't think I can upload a. Yeah, of course it's not gonna work. That figures. What the hell was I saying? I got sidetracked. It's not uploading on Twitch. There we go. Okay. We're live on Twitch. We're there. We're in there like swimwear. And now to take the long road of getting all of my chat set up. Oh, I love this part. It's super easy. Definitely not tedious. Definitely not, out of the way to pull off. No. Not in the slightest, guys. So easy to do. It's intuitive. You just tap go and it goes. Raw Leon 712714, welcome. I am totally being sarcastic, by the way. Motherfucker! God, this is infuriating. Like, shaping it just perfectly to fit into my window by OBS. I don't know what it is, but Windows 11 keeps wanting to fucking reshape it. And then, if I let it reshape it, then it takes up the entire fucking screen. Like, it should not be this complicated or difficult. Juju Jory Re, welcome. Warrior 13 FU2MS, welcome. All right, let's see. So, by now, unless you've been living under a rock, Harassed Man, welcome. You've heard about the very serious, incredible allegations against Graham Platner that is just basically criminal complaints. Based on what's being described, it's literal grape. It is actual grape. He is a true grapist. But hey, who knew that a guy who served in the Marines, working for Blackwater, and had a Nazi tattoo? Who knew that he would be a bad person? Yeah. Not to toot my own horn, but I've been saying that the whole Nazi tattoo thing was kind of a non-starter to begin with. Paula, Goo, welcome. Deb River, welcome. Was kind of a non-starter to begin with. But then it's like, I think I said this on the stream last time I talked about him, is like Mainers were like, we don't care. We don't care. Fuck it. And then so, like, this has been going on for like a year, right? And then to a point, it's kind of like, okay, well, Maine voters are going to go with him no matter what I say, so let's hear his politics. Let's hear his policies. Okay, cool. He's advocating for, Medicare for all, ending support for billionaires, ending support for Israel. Excellent. Yes, I'm hearing all the things I want to hear. And then lo and behold, this stuff comes out. And the whole point of this stream is to show the difference, right? This came out, and immediately the guy gets axed. Immediately. Rightly so, yeah? And there's still time to get a replacement candidate to run against Susan Collins. This is not undoable. And this should have happened way back when we found out about the Nazi tattoo, which I also called for. But hey, that's beside the point. Chosen One, Moby, Emily PDX, Brandy West, welcome. So there was plenty of time back then, and there's just barely enough time now. So the people of Maine need to do this, need to move on this. Like, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. You have to get a comparable candidate, and it seems like Troy Jackson might be kind of just the guy. It's amazing that he got overlooked to begin with. It's like, if he was such a good candidate now, why wasn't he back then? But whatever, it's beside the point. Xeno Trash, welcome. So what we're seeing is Graham Platner gets completely ousted. Meanwhile, Cory Mills, an actual sex pest, predator, and wife beater, is oh man, the MAGA circled the wagons. They tooted off the alarm like ding, 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 ding. Come on, they're coming for our boy Cory Mills. Listen, if they get one wife beater out, that means none of us can beat our wives. We gotta defend him. So that's exactly what they did. So GOP Rep Cory Mills hit with a restraining order from ex-girlfriend Lindsay Langston, said that after they broke up, Mills threatened to blackmail her and physically harm anyone she dated. Holy fuck, that's actually worse than wow, that's a lot worse than I thought. A Florida judge issued a restraining order Tuesday against Republican Rep Cory Mills of Florida for protection against dating violence after his ex-girlfriend accused him of threatening and harassing her. In a petition filed in August, Lindsay Langston alleged that after they broke up, Mills threatened to blackmail her using nude images and videos and to physically harm anyone she dated. I really wish that these women would, look, it's their lives, but it's like, if you're going to make it this public with a restraining order, why would you not also just file charges? I mean, this is, what's the term? Revenge porn? So, where is this taking? It's in Florida. Okay, never mind. Florida, I don't think, has revenge porn laws. And also, maybe she did, right? Maybe she did try to file actual charges, and it's the pigs that are protecting their own because Cory Mills is a back-the-blue predator. And this is exactly how these kind of creeps and losers and rapists and wife beaters are able to get away with it, is because it's like, hey, buddy, hey, officer, I'll send you funding if you let me off. Hey, you know what I'm talking about. And so we have just this revolving door of rapists and bad fucking people being in charge. That anti-fascism flag looks pretty fascist to me. Is that why it says anti-fascist? Do you not understand what anti means? Because you're kind of anti-intellectual. Did you think about that, motherfucker? Zap916. Haven't I seen you in here before, you fucking loser? 5:30 and you're still in my chat rather... This never ceases to amaze me. I have the same people coming in my chat over and over and over to try and troll me, and all they're showing is how pathetic their lives are. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. It's amazing. Holy shit. There's someone actually named Jeffrey Epstein in my chat. What the fuck? Oh, and you have an Israel flag. Of course you do. Of course you do. Romulu50, welcome. Mad Moj, welcome. Oh, God, Jeffrey Epstein followed me on TikTok. No! No! I mean, I know it's a parody account, but still, no! What is happening? I know it's satire. I'm fucking with you. I respect the game. What's up, Mad Moj? Gary, King of Scots, welcome. Wes Williams, welcome. Cory continued to message me on Instagram accounts I run after blocking him and asking him not to not contact me. The messages progressively got more threatening over time, wrote Langston, a Republican state committee woman and Miss United States 2024. This is also very telling that, look, this woman was a Republican Party member. She was a person of not exactly insignificant power. She was a state committee woman. And she had a platform, being former Miss United States 2024. And even she is a victim of the Republican pedo party. Hello, women. Women on the right, wake up. You want your trad wives? Great. It doesn't just come with you cooking and cleaning and raising the kids. It also comes with rape and wife beating. This is not controversial for me to say because it's the fucking facts. I don't know what's going to wake women up at some point if this doesn't already. And now you got, who's the right-wing dipshit? Oh, well, there was that poll that I think the BBC or the Guardian, some British outlet, polled Republican women, and they all said that, yes, they would fuck Trump. Like, you would fuck Trump? I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of the women were older and very fucking ugly and fat, so, like, I get what you can take, but some of them were younger and, relatively hinge dateable, and you see them, and it's like, you would fuck... I needed a shower after watching that episode. Tuesday's restraining order issued by State Circuit Judge Fred Koberlin Jr. in Columbia County prohibits Mills from acts of violence against Langston and bars him from contacting her until January 1st. Mills cannot directly refer to petitioner on social media, including but not limited to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, or any other social media platform, the order says. Now, this was back in October of 2025. Langston's attorney, Bobby Frank, declined to comment. Well, that's never a good sign. Mills' congressional office and his lawyer did not immediately reply to requests for comment. Langston alleged in a police report filed with the Florida authorities in July that Mills had repeatedly contacted her after their split. The complaint was referred to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Okay, let's get down to the details here. Mills is alleged to have sent a series of harassing communications to Langston in May and June, which are cited in the judgment, including a message wrote to Langston on May 15th that she may want to tell every guy you date that if we run into each other at any point, strap up, cowboy. Ho! Also, this is not the face of a guy who's... This is a chicken hawk. I guarantee you, this is a guy who, if you dared him to play a game of chicken, he wouldn't even get in the car. This is a coward. The guys who beat women and abuse women traditionally are cowards and liars. So for him to say, strap up, cowboy, with such bravado, yeah, I'm not buying it. Gary King of Scott says, MAGA doesn't care about the victims. They only care about the perpetrators. That's so fucking accurate, Gary. And again, women, this is a woman who was not exactly without power. She was a committee state woman, Miss United States. She had a platform. She could do more, and yet she has absolutely no power when it is a man abusing her. Wes Williams, Antifa didn't do crap against the yuppie nationalists the other day. Good time to send a message. Yuppie nationalists. Are you talking about the Patriot Front guys? What did you want? There were people out there. What are you talking about, Wes? There were people out there heckling them, and we didn't even need to do anything. Those Patriot Front guys were all shitting their pants. Literally, did you see the footage? They were actually shitting their pants. Covered. Every single one of those Nazi losers were covered in swamp ass. What did you want Antifa to do? Do a counter march? Please, try to organize just a single march in advance. Let me know. That's not easy shit, Wes. It's not easy, dude. Ralph Perry, nasty. Well, I mean, I agree with you. A pedo party like this, abusing and raping women. Yeah, I agree, Ralph Perry. It is pretty nasty. He also threatened another message the same day to share videos of Langston writing. I can send him a few videos of you as well. Oh, I still have them. Wow. Jesus. These people are just fucking evil. There's just no polite society where these people, these Republicans, should share our air. They should share our streets. They should share our open society. They should not. All of these pedo party members belong in jail. They just do. These are just evil, evil people. Because, it'd be one thing if this guy did this shit and then the MAGA pedo party turned around and excommunicated him, axed him, refused to fund him, all this other shit. But they did the exact opposite. He has more support right now, after a year almost of these allegations, than Graham Platner has after one day of real allegations. It's insane to see the difference. So yeah, when an entire... Same thing with the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church should be fucking dissolved. I don't give a shit if the Pope is now a leftist liberal. I don't give a fuck. The Catholic Church has a history of being a pedo ring. They actively had policies to protect the rapists, to protect the abusers, and to harm the kids, and to silence the kids, and to abuse the kids to the point they would either off themselves or they would stop, reporting it. Yeah, the Catholic Church should be fucking dissolved. And if you want to build a new one without all the pedophiles, fine, you do that. But just like the Republican pedo party, in its current form, it does not deserve to exist. Same thing with Israel. Coberline's judgment also said Mills ignored 11 separate requests from Langston to leave her alone and detailed some of Mills' testimony at a hearing last month. According to Coberline, Mills testified that efforts to contact Langston stemmed from trying to determine whether he and Langston were reconciling or splitting up. Yeah, so that's bullshit. I don't see this being strap up, cowboy, and I can send videos of you. I still have them. Yeah, dude, that's not you trying to be like, oh, but if I just show up with my hat in my hand, will you take me back, baby, please? That's not how it works. Corbelin wrote that Mills also claimed during the hearing that he was only referring to the possibility of sending out non-sexual videos of Langston, said he had deleted any intimate videos of her. Yeah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Bullshit alert. Corbelin wrote that he doubted the veracity of Mills' testimony. Yeah, no shit. Wait, Coberlin is the woman, right? I just want to make sure I'm getting Langston. Wait, that's Langston. So Langston is the woman. Oh, Langston's attorney. So who the fuck is Coberlin? Oh, the Coberlin is the judge. Okay, got it. Coberlin wrote that Mills also claimed during the hearing that Coberlin wrote that he doubted. Yeah, okay, so the judge is seeing right through this. Good for him. Even had the respondent's testimony been truthful, his response is irrelevant because there was no evidence presented suggesting the petitioner knew the respondent no longer had possession of their intimate videos. Hang on. Even if the respondent's testimony had been truthful, his response is irrelevant because there was no evidence presented suggesting the petitioner, meaning the woman, knew the respondent no longer had possession of their intimate videos. Yeah, that's pretty fucking straightforward and astute. Good for the judge. You just never know what you're going to get with a Florida judge. It could be, you know, someone who's decent, or it could be Florida man turns himself in because he thought his own meth was stolen from him, but he did it, right? Could be one of those judges. The Vatican vaults are very vast, just like the warehouse depicted in Raiders of the Lost Ark in the end. Yeah, and we all know what's in those Vatican vaults, and it ain't pretty. And there's a reason they keep it under lock and key, bigger than Fort Knox. It's not the first time Mills, who has represented Florida's 7th Congressional District since January 2023, has faced legal trouble. Police opened an investigation in February over a report of an alleged assault at an apartment building on the same block as the property where Mills faces eviction. Mills' office said he vehemently denied any wrongdoing, and a police spokesperson said at the time that Mills was not arrested and that no charges had been filed. He also separately faced an eviction lawsuit over the summer in Washington, D.C. after a property management company accused him of owing $85,000. Holy shit, this guy's a bum in unpaid rent. Mills told the Daytona Beach News-Journal in August that he was no longer facing eviction for missed rent, telling the paper all is paid. Yeah, probably because you got a big old Israel donation, dude. What's up, Justin JTP? Welcome. It's amazing. It's amazing how on the surface level, these MAGA guys do awful, terrible shit that they be caught in broad daylight doing. Again, beating their wives, abusing their wives, threatening their wives, or significant others, whatever you want to call the term. But then when you dig down deeper, there's just also financial frauds. Like he owed $85,000 in unpaid rent, and why was he not evicted? Again, this shows the two-tier justice system we have. If any single renter, an average American worker, owed $850 in unpaid rent, immediately evicted. Immediately fucking evicted. This dude owed 100 times that. $85,000. And from the sound of it, is this? I can't tell if this is a business. It was no longer facing eviction for missed rent. I can't tell if this is a business. It's a property management company, so I can't tell if it's an actual home he's renting or if it's some kind of commercial real estate. But either way, again, these guys would absolutely. No other American would get this kind of. This is not only white privilege. This is MAGA privilege. I'm not even kidding. Because these MAGA pedophiles have rigged the system so much that just having an R next to your name, even if you're in the Epstein files, even if you gave a sweetheart deal to a pedophile like Ken Paxton did, even if you're an actual wife beater like Cory Mills here is, you get the benefit of the doubt more than any black person who, God forbid, get caught with weed, or God forbid gets caught with stolen fucking backpacks or whatever. They don't get the benefit of the doubt, but these fucking MAGA pedo party peddlers do. MAGA pedo party peddlers. Hey, kind of works. Joe, welcome. Alan W., thank you for staying in the chat. So it goes a little bit further because we're talking about the two-tier justice system, right? Cops reportedly wanted to arrest Representative Cory Mills after the call. Cory Mills was nearly arrested by cops more than a year ago. This is according to a report from the Washington Post based on newly reviewed body camera footage. WAPO released a story based on documents and video from February 19, 2025, of officers speaking to a woman who initially claimed Rep. Cory Mills attacked her. Speaking to a woman, yeah, it was his wife. Why can't they not name her? Like, she's already, this article came after. Why they're like downplaying. She was a Republican committee woman. She was also Miss United States 2025. But hey, to Yahoo News, she was just a woman. Just a coffee woman. That's all she was. Jesus Christ. According to the Post, who got the footage via court order last month, the woman showed Officer Richard Mazloum bruises on her body she said Mills had caused during an argument before changing her story. So she changed her story. Okay, let's get into this. We should say from the outset, Mills tells TMZ this was from more than a year ago. Case was closed. I was found to have had no wrongdoing. Even the MPD's police supervisor showed up to determine no assault or probable cause had taken place. So this is pretty common of abusive cycles, is that, you know, the woman... And look at all the threats that he was giving her, right? No wonder she would change her story if she's going to have, you know, revenge porn sent out of her, and then all the other guys she's going to date, this guy's threatening to kill him. So, yeah, I wonder why she changed her story. What a mystery. Let's get the Scooby-Doo gang on this one. Oops, what happened? During a conversation with Mazloum, WAPO says the woman received a call and later told the officer an unidentified man wanted her to say the marks on her body were from our vacation and that I bruised easily. Mazloum told fellow officers he believed this man to be Mills himself. During her conversation with Mazloum, Wait, is Masloom a woman as well? No, it's a man, Richard Masloom. Wapo says the woman, right, received a call. Later told the officer, unidentified man. Okay, right. So as she's talking to Masloom, she gets a call, and they think it's Mills coaching her through what to say. Well, why didn't the officer stay with Mills? You're supposed to, like, separate the two parties and have one officer in each. Just whatever. Officer spoke to Mills, who insisted any arrest would be weaponized against him. Oh, wow, I wonder why. And he even then tried to call then Attorney General Pam Bondi. Officers warned him not to make a call to anyone. I mean, I don't think... First of all, this is obviously fucked because this is just DEI MAGA white privilege that he has... think about this. The Attorney fucking General, who is responsible with tackling massive drug cartels, foreign interference in our country, and also making sure that the rule of law is persisted throughout the land. And Cory Mills is wanting to call her over a marital dispute. I mean, that's like calling God because you stubbed your toe. And I don't mean to say that Pam Bondi is God. Fuck, now I'm giving her more credit than she deserves. But, like, can we not see the disparity in seriousness here? You're calling the Attorney General of the United States like she's Better Call Saul. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's like Better Call Saul, except she's less experienced, less knowledgeable, and a piss-poor lawyer. So I guess it kind of makes sense. But it's insane that that Republican pedophiles can just do this. They can just do this. They can just call the Attorney fucking General of the United States over a marital dispute and say, hey, help me out with this. It's insane. God damn it, I did it again. And then also, for the cops to warn him not to make a call to anyone, yeah, that is so fucking wrong. I don't have to hand it to Cory Mills, but this is so fucking wrong. You absolutely have your rights, and if you want to call someone, especially a lawyer, in this case it's stupid he called Pam Bondi. Technically, he used his phone call, guys. This is still fucking insane of the cops to say, and completely illegal. Officer Masloom told Mills he needed to take him down to the police station, and Mills questioned why he would do that without any evidence to prove the alleged assault occurred. Another officer spoke to the woman, who the Washington Post says then told a different story. She claimed the two had gotten into a fight, and she didn't remember who threw the first punch. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ultimately, Lieutenant Seth Anderson arrived at the scene and told his fellow officers, I don't see the value of making an arrest on simple assault if we have a complainant who's working against us. Yeah, I mean, what can the cops do? Masloom tried to have the woman show her bruises to the lieutenant, but she claimed one was from eczema and another from riding a camel in Dubai. Mills was not arrested that day, but the Washington Post reports cops tried to get U.S. Attorney Ed Martin to sign off an arrest warrant the next day. He declined. Again, MAGA pedo privilege. Ed Martin, the U.S. Attorney, is covering for Republicans. This shit would never have fucking happened if it was a Democrat. Never would have fucking flied. If the Graham Platner shit had happened in this exact scenario, cops are called, they show up, the woman changes her story, and then the Democrats want to get someone else involved to arrest him, the Republicans would have absolutely gone for this. And this shows the disparity in how this shit works. Because if Democrats are not going to stop pulling their fucking punches and start fighting the fuck back, you're just going to get rickrolled. Every single time. Rick the fucking rolled. It's insane, and the Democrats are still wanting to work across the aisle with these people. Marquez is epic. Are you a lib or a leftist? Easy, leftist. Oh, Canadian chick. We have our first MAGA pedophile in the party. We have a MAGA pedo party. I've seen her before. Again, it is amazing how these losers come into my chat, and they have nothing better to do. Canadian chick. You're not even American. You're not even American. What the fuck are you doing in my chat? Sorry, but the guy with the VC says, sorry, but the guy with the totem cough. Let me start over. Sorry, but the guy with the totem conf tattoo who doesn't know how to keep his hands to himself lost. Yeah, dude, no one's disagreeing with that. That's not the issue at hand here. The issue is that Graham Platner is immediately excommunicated from the party, rightly so, and this guy, a wife beater, is allowed to stay in the party, an actual rapist, because Republicans cover for bad people, which is why the entire Republican pedo party is a gang of pedophiles and evil criminals. Marquez's epic says, so you must be anti-Democrat, right? there are Democrats that I can work with, and there are Democrats that I think need to be primaried completely out of the party. Um, look, in the interest of electoralism, sometimes you got to bite the bullet and you got to do what's best for the overall goal. Sometimes you have harm reduction elections; those happen. Kamala Harris was a harm reduction election, but she was a shitty candidate, ran a shitty campaign, on and on and on. So, are there Democrats that I can work with? Yes. Are there Democrats that I truly despise, like Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, John Fetterman? You bet your fucking ass. VK says, so what do you want? I want the same standard against Republicans. This guy, Cory Mills, should be arrested. This guy, Cory Mills, should be thrown out of the party. This guy, Cory Mills, should not be serving in office. But anytime it happens to a Democrat, immediately ousted, and then we lose a vote, and then we get people like Amy Coney Barrett on the Supreme Court, and then we get bills that are tax giveaways to the billionaires. Whereas if we could actually get some consistency here, and the Republicans are thrown out of there, then they wouldn't also be able to pass the bills. But we don't have that because the Republican Party is a gang of pedophiles dedicated. They're literally the Legion of Doom, dedicated to protecting the most evil, awful people among them. And that's why they always have an advantage. I want the same fucking punishment consistently. Democrats are all imperialists, even social democrats I never work with. Pragmatism leads nowhere but ruin for the left. Pragmatism there is a line for pragmatism. You need to understand the difference between working with people in good faith and bad faith. And there are good faith actors. AOC is going more and more centrist, so she's going on the side of no longer being good faith to work with. But then there are people, again, Bernie. I've said this to people on the left. They were pissed off because Bernie wouldn't call it a genocide right away, but he got there. It took him time, and it was a disgrace that it took him that long, but he got there. And Bernie is one of the most popular politicians in the country, and he can move the political discussion forward on our platform, on our agenda. So if you just ice out these people like Bernie, you are the ones no longer being pragmatic because you are then moving the leftist goals backward. Dude, no, we're not biting the bullet on a guy who can't behave himself around women. VK, what are you talking about? I never said bite the bullet. Bernie is bad even still. Okay, Marquez, that's fine. That's your opinion, but you're not helping your cause. You're not helping your agenda. Bernie, it's not 2016 anymore. Be for real. Yeah, now we have a whole new slate of candidates. We got the squad. We've got really promising candidates. All the socialists that won in New York. We've got Abdul El Sayed, who may win the primary. There's a lot of big promises out there, but Bernie is still a very powerful politician, and he does have the ability to move the conversation forward. Our goals are landlord massacre. Whoa! Hey-o! Metaphorical, right, Marquez? Look, landlords are a class of uniquely evil people, which is why they always donate to Republicans, and then also get the Democrats on board that they can. So, yeah, I want landlords to be gone as well, metaphorically, buddy, metaphorically. VK, the fraud squad, okay, we're just not going to agree. If you want to talk about people that are actually moving agenda items forward, that are trying to get Medicare for all, that are trying to get unions, that are trying to get the rich to pay their fair share, these are all leftist goals, and you want to just call them the fraud squad. Well, wow, I can't believe that the leftists have no fucking power. Dems are now off-putting for Latino voters? What are you talking about? Latino voters have swung way away from Republicans. Mo33, Mo1, I don't know where you're getting your information from or what you're talking to. Okay, I need to get back on track. So, in addition to Cory Mills being a rapist and a wife-beater, a new legal complaint is threatening, and also being a fraudster who owes $85,000 in back rent to someone. A new legal complaint is threatening to toss Rep. Cory Mills off the ballot. Mills' GOP opponent, Michael Johnson, is accusing Mills of improperly notarizing his candidate documents. Per the complaint, Mills had his documents notarized by a Florida notary, Representative Greg Stobe's chief of staff, on June 4th. But evidence shows Mills was on Capitol grounds throughout the day, voting on the House floor and in HASC during the NDAA markup. Per Florida law, the notary must authorize the documents in the state they're licensed to practice. Okay, so let's see. Per the complaint, Mills had his documents notified by a Florida notary, right, chief of staff, on June 4th. Mills was not there. Got it. Per Florida law, the notary must authorize the documents in the state they're licensed to practice. So is Greg Stobe not... So Greg Stobe is not notarized, or excuse me, not authorized to notarize documents in Florida. I think that's the point here. I don't know why this made me laugh like that. So the base of this entire thing is fraud, right? That's the base of it, is that he had his notary, who was not legally allowed to do so in the state of Florida, notarize his document, which is basically fraud. What a surprise! I can't believe the people who are now taking the treasury and pilfering it for themselves are total fucking frauds. You're saying this to me like it's the first time. I never would have believed it. We need less taxation and government nanny state BS. What in the fuck are you talking about, VK? We need more government taxation against the rich. What are you talking about? The wealth gap is growing because the billionaires are not getting taxed. What are you talking about? Oh, we have another MAGA pedophile. JDizzle79 says blah, blah, blah. Democrats voted for a Nazi rapist racist. Oh, I'm so sorry, JDizzle. You're in the wrong chat. We did not vote for Trump. Oh, sorry, buddy. We did not vote for the guy that's in the Epstein files more than anyone else and is now hiding the Epstein files because he's in the Epstein files more than anyone else. Sorry, JDizzle79, but we are not the pedo party. That's y'all. Hey, Sherman, welcome back. Nope, taxes are an L. Okay, so you're just an idiot. So we can't pay for anything. We can't pay for roads. We can't pay for health care. You just don't know what you're talking about, dude. And frankly, I'm kind of done with you, so quiet. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Shit! I did not mean to do that. Hold on. I meant to just put him on mute, and I accidentally blocked him, so now I got to go back and unblock him. Because I do love to rage bait a motherfucker. Account. Oh, there we go. Unblock. There we go. Okay. What about all the new funding for screw worms? You're talking about that Texas screw worm? I don't believe they passed the funding, did they? They should make Elon pay for it. Well, I mean, no argument there. But I don't believe that funding got passed, did it? Let me. Well, that sidebar. I can't talk about that right now. I have stuff to do. So again, going back to the entire Republican Party are all frauds. Republican candidate Ann Manning Martin has been caught forging thousands of signatures to get her name on the ballot. She was campaigning on election integrity. Whoa! Election integrity. I am all for election integrity. We must secure our elections and make sure that people are voting legally. Can I forge your signature? 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 Never fucking fails. I may have heard wrong. Sorry for the interruption. I could be wrong too, A. Sherman. I don't know. My knowledge, I think Texas was able to send some funds for it, but I don't believe the feds did. But I could be wrong. And I got a lot of tabs to look at all this. I can't look it up right now, man. You're bringing out my inner Shaggy voice. I got too much to do. So speaking of Platner, seems that the vetting team behind him didn't really do a good job. I covered this a couple days ago, and yeah, they treated everything as kind of lackadaisical shit that doesn't matter, including some of these accusations of rape. Platner and his team pitched him as a working-class Mainer who bought his house with veterans' benefits. In fact, Platner's father, a lawyer, loaned him $200,000 for the home. So here's the rub for me. I harp on and on about how none of the billionaires are do-it-themselves successful, right? You've got Bezos, Musk, Zuckerberg, Trump, of course. All of them got massive loans from their family and the kind of resources that the average working American does not have, but the rich people do, which is what they are. They were rich elitist people given a shitload of money, and because money begets money, they went and they made it, and they stole everything that they ever got. You know, they learned from people. Well, they didn't learn from people more successful than them. They just brought them on board, stole all their ideas, then iced them out. That's how billionaires operate. So Platner doing the exact same thing. Like if I had heard, I mean, the Nazi tattoo was already a red line for me. It's like we have to be consistent. We can't hate the Nazi swamp ass pedos that were walking around, you know, the Patriot Front that was walking around D.C. and then also vote a guy into office that has a Totenkopf tattoo. We just can't do that. So this is the same thing. He got loaned $200,000. You're not working class, dude. You're just not. Working class Americans don't have $200,000 just lying around. They just don't. Working class Americans barely have, I think, $500 around for emergency expenses, if I remember the statistic right. The tabs, yeah, Sherman, it's a lot. It's a lot, brother. It's a lot. Daniel requesting to join as a guest. I do not have time for that, buddy. Sorry. You disagree? Which part are you disagreeing about? Are you disagreeing about him getting money, or what are you disagreeing on? Platner and his team pitched him as a working-class miner who bought his house with veterans' benefits. I bought my house in 2017, he posted in September 2025. If I hadn't bought then, if I hadn't had the support of the VA, my wife, and I would now be priced out of the town I grew up in, like the millions of Americans being exiled from their towns and cities. In fact, Platner's father loaned him $200,000. Platner said last fall he's never been close to money and power, but he briefly attended the elite prep school Hotchkiss in Connecticut before attending a private school in Maine. I mean, he's just a liar. He's just a liar. So, like, if he lied about this, of course he's going to lie and deny all wrongdoing in all of the rapist accusations against him. Yeah, dude, you can't trust him. Vetting is expensive, but worth every penny. Everything I think Trump is doing a great job. All Democrats are Nazis, says Daniel. And yet your Nazis were the one marching in D.C., saying it's a total Aryan victory. You don't see Democrats doing that. By the way, Daniel, if everything Trump is doing is so great, why are you in my chat not enjoying the economy? You guys can never answer that. Here you are in my chat, 5:50, almost 6 o'clock in the evening, and you're in my chat rather than, oh, I don't know, going out and buying a car, going to the fucking movies and buying the entire giant popcorn bucket. Why are you here then, Daniel? The economy is so good that you're in my chat. Yeah, okay, buddy. I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. The economy is so good. Anyway, moving on. Graham Platner was accused of rape, and every Democrat tossed him overboard. Donald Trump was accused of rape multiple times and sexual assault and harassment many more times. Also, the whole matter of trying to overturn an election, Republicans nominated him a second time. This is, again, the point. Like, I'm telling you, the Democrats cannot just, like, yes, Graham Platner needs to go. But when they are in power, they can't just let this stuff go with Cory Mills. They can't just let Trump, being the #1 person in the Epstein files, sit unchallenged. Every single thing about the Republican pedo party, I almost called them Republican pedo party, is a fraud, and they are liars, they are cheaters. Look at this guy, Daniel. Everything is projection. He's in here calling all Democrats are Nazis when actual Nazis are marching for Trump at his rallies. It's always projection. Traveler Sunny Blue says almost 1 million MAGA idiots lost all their fraudulent Trump meme coins and Trump cryptocurrency. Yeah. Hey, Traveler, I think that's why Daniel is in my chat. He's a little salty about the market tanking, so he's here to blame liberals rather than, you know, the guy behind the meme coin, Trump. 3D Printer asks, thoughts on David Graeber? That name does not ring a bell. This just sums everything up, though, and I'm telling you, when Democrats get in power, they need to aggressively pursue litigation and jail time for criminals and pedophile supporters like Cory Mills. But they probably won't. So this is the kind of idiocy we have to deal with, by the way.
Spain is a wasted cause. We don't want to do any trade business with Spain anymore, by the way. I'd like you to cut it off. Spain is a terrible partner in NATO. They don't participate. They don't pay. I don't want anything to do with Spain. Cut off all trade with Spain, please, including.
Cut off all trade with Spain, please, and also make sure my latte is extra, extra, extra almondy. Almond milk, very, very cold. I don't like it warm. I don't like it warm. He just has an aside with someone like, cut off all trade with Spain, without any thoughts to the economic consequences of that, without any thoughts to the global. The geopolitical consequences of cutting off all trade with Spain. It's just he's just a petulant little baby bitch. That's all he is, which makes sense that he tries to date children because he's of the same mental age as the children he rapes. Christopher Scott says 6972. You're not a liberal. You're so far past that. You're goddamn right. I'm a leftist, and I'm not gonna let Nazi pedophiles like you just go unchallenged. I believe in rule of law, and that includes challenging MAGA pedophiles like you. Awfully Plain. Oh, MAGA pedophile Awfully Plain is back. Again, all these MAGA pedophiles come into my chat rather than enjoying this great economy. This great economy that we have created. We have created such a great economy that all my people are sitting at home on shitty Wi-Fi in this leftist chat called James Russell. James Russell, the flag says anti-fascist. Anti-fascist. Anti sounds like auntie. My Auntie Tifa. Auntie Tifa. We hate them so much, don't we, folks? You losers are always in my fucking chat rather than enjoying the economy. That says everything. 3D printer David Graeber was a Jewish anarchist who inspired Occupy Wall Street. Okay, well, Occupy Wall Street was kind of a big dud, honestly. Disagree. User 420 says disagree with that. Disagree with what? What are you disagreeing with? Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Ah! Why is YouTube running so slow? There we go. Okay, where was I? Oh,
Visits.
That's right. Sorry, I was having a sidebar before we listened to the Orange Nazi pedophile again. Here we go.
Okay, we don't want anything to do. Watch them come running back. Oh, they'll come running back. They treat this man terribly, and this man's a good man too, great man. They're lucky they have him. But Spain doesn't agree to anything. And you shouldn't carry them. I mean, you sort of automatically carry because you're protecting an area, so they're there. So they probably figured they have to protect us, right? But we don't have to. We don't have to trade with them. I don't want to do any more trade with them. All right?
This is just Mad King shit. It's just insane. Because he got his fucking diapers in a wad over some shit Spain did. Now he's out here saying, I don't want any more trade with Spain. Again, people's jobs are tied to this shit. But hey, MAGA is so good with the economy. That's why those tariffs did so well. Definitely didn't raise our prices on anything. Definitely didn't cause a bunch of companies to go out of business. Definitely didn't cause people to lose their jobs. No, I'm sure. Hey, MAGA, I'm sure that this ending trade ties with Spain, it's going to work fine, guys. There's not going to be any more negative consequences to the economy that's already in the shitter because Trump ran every company he's ever run into the ground. That's definitely not going to happen, guys. Dementia Don, yeah, he's so fucking... He's going to forget about this tomorrow, right? They're going to be like, sir, do you still want to end all trade with Spain? Because we ran the numbers, and it's not good for us. When did I say that? When did I say that? And then they'll show him this clip. I didn't say that. That's AI. That's AI. I didn't say that, people. If y'all hate Trump and MAGA, why is y'all's pages all Trump and MAGA? TDS is running wild. You guys love to talk about TDS, and yet you are the ones that support a pedophile. Donald Trump is a pedophile in the Epstein files more than anyone else, and you support him. We don't. Yes, I agree. You do have TDS. So buy products from Spain right now? Sure. Go out there. Do it. You're not going to get much chance. SLT says TDS Trump dementia symptoms. Spot on. Spot fucking on. I got to figure out what they export. Go ahead, Tyler. Look it up. Because every time you MAGA pedophiles get all butthurt about this, and you try to say, oh, we don't need that country. We don't need to do trade with that country. And then lo and behold, the economy goes. Go ahead, Tyler. Look it up. TDS, Trump dementia syndromes. Oh, that reminds me. I forgot. We have so many MAGA pedophiles in the chat right now. Hold on.
Trump is on the Epstein list. Yes, he is. Trump is on the Epstein list. Yes, he is.
I bet you MAGA pedos are just you guys are literally sitting in your own swamp ass right now after hearing that. Triggered. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't put a trigger warning. I'm not MAGA, I promise. Okay, Tyler, my bad. Such a tough guy behind your little microphone. Tell me something new. You're using a fake profile. You don't even have a profile picture, and you're trying to talk tough? You fucking loser. Okay, let's get back on track here. Enough MAGA pedophiles. Strong Destiny Warrior, welcome.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Take it immediately. Don't even talk to them. They're hopeless. bad people because, you know, they have everybody else going and paying and working. In Spain, in particular Spain, there are a couple of others, but in particular Spain, they're open about it. They're hostile about it, and let's see how hostile they remain when they call up and they.
Lucky Balls, welcome to the chat. Great name.
We want to trade with you, sir. They make so much money with us, and we're going to see that they make a lot less. I want no business with them.
It's just Mad King shit. I mean, seriously. So I'm really big into House of the Dragons right now. I have the book. I've been reading this, and this is just Mad King shit, you know? It's just incest-riddled brain from too much child rape, and now you got this guy just, I don't want to do anymore. It's they say it rains in Spain, but only on the plane. Well, I only have Jeffrey Epstein's plane, and I want only Epstein's plane, but nothing to do with Spain. But I do want the plane, and I do like the rain. Let's make it done. And he just goes into baby fucking bitch meltdown mode every single time. And every time that this happened, look at what the Strait of Hormuz, right? MAGA, you seriously want to trust this guy to cut ties with Spain? Look how well that worked with Iran. Look how well that worked with the tariffs in Mexico, in China, in Brazil, in Argentina. Look how well that shit worked. Y'all are getting fucking rolled. You're getting fucking rickrolled by an orange 84-year-old Nazi fucking pedophile. But hey, that's what you voted for. You get what you vote for. Steven says MAGA pedo is redundant. Very true. A. Sherman, thank you. I always try to get the giggles going. He makes less sense as time passes. Yeah, that's dementia for you, brother. He might stop trade with the Islamic Republic of Japan next. Oh my God, I forgot he did that. Yeah, I think I have that clip. I might. Marcus here says it was like 19. What's 19? I don't get it. Gas has gone down in my area a few days ago. Wouldn't surprise me if it went up again. Tyler, I'm glad you bring that up because that brings us to... I'll come back to this. That brings us to this.
Mr. President, is the ceasefire over? Is the ceasefire done? Is the MOU dead?
It's a very interesting question. To me, I think it's over.
He like pauses for dramatic effect. I will say this: he does have great showman skills. He's asked a very serious question. Camera zooms. I mean, this is so fucking theatrical. It could be scripted. He's like, "Is the MOU dead?" Interesting question. Interesting question. To me, it's dead to me. It may not be dead in the water. It may not be dead in real life, but it's dead to me. In my heart. In my soul, I no longer feel connected to the MOU. I feel connected to the MCU. Marvel doing a great job. Love their stuff. But I no longer want to do the MOU. It is dead to me.
I don't want to deal with them anymore. They're scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're
you know what
people.
scum
They're
is?
led by
They're scum. Do you know what scum is? Do you know what scum is? Many people say they don't know. It's first time hearing it. First time hearing it. But I know it. I know what scum is. He talks about the most basic shit that anyone... Groceries. What are groceries? Such a strange word. Sounds like a kind of cough you would get from a disease. But no, it's actually what you get at a store. Never been to a store. Never been to one. And it's always fucking mind-blowing for him to find out what the most basic shit is in real life.
sick people. And they're vicious, violent people. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they'd use it. As far as I'm concerned, it's over. I'll speak to our negotiators. They want to negotiate.
Now he's talking about it like it's a breakup. It's over. I can't do it anymore. It's just too much heartbreak. Too much cheating. Iran has been talking to China. Iran has been talking to Russia. Iran has been talking to everybody, but they won't talk to me. They won't talk to me, folks. They won't talk to me. So I have to end it. I can't do it anymore. I can't do the constant cheating. I can't stand sitting, staring at the phone, waiting for their call, thinking, oh, they'll call me now. I look away from the phone. I think I hear a ring, but it's not the phone. It's not the phone. It's just the ringing in my ears from my diseases.
Steve Woodcock, Jared Kushner, but they have to come back to me. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a waste of time dealing with them. They're liars. We make a deal. And if I make a deal with him, we have a deal, and he goes out, he talks. We make a deal. Everyone's agreed. No nuclear weapon. We make a deal. They go outside, talk to the press, they say we never...
There's a great video, I don't know where it is, but there's the video of Trump doing this all the time, and they superimposed an accordion on it. God, we need to bring that back.
We even talked about it. There's something wrong with them. They're cuckoo.
Yeah, you're sure
as
stable.
I'm concerned, it's over.
Look at this dude. That's the face of a stable man right there. Yeah, stable. So look, the Hormuz is we're back to Groundhog's Day. Well, the Strait of Hormuz is closed again. And so, Tyler, you were saying gas was going, or was it Tyler? Yeah, Tyler, you were saying gas is going down. Well, not for much longer, because again, the Strait of Hormuz is going to be closed, which is the crucial shipping point for a vast amount of the oil in the world. And now we're running low on the Strategic Petroleum Reserves, the SPR. So yeah, dude, we got a month of coping and seething, on basically on fumes of the American economy, and then. Everything, it's going to crash bad. I don't think people are ready for how bad it's going to crash. The Muslim Japanese are coming. So on his racially, religiously bigoted comment he made. Yeah, which one? There's a list. Every day it's some new racially bullshit thing. When he spoke of the bombings of the Cole, he said 200 sailors died. It was 19. Yeah, well, not exactly an expert in math or history or business, funny enough, which is his entire field. It's floating on the reflecting pool. If he flaps enough, he might fly away. Yeah. Listen, I have to charge up. I'm charging up, everybody. Okay, it's my time. I have to leave the interview. I gotta go. Goodbye. So anyways, we have that. More price increases coming, buddy. We got it coming. Here we go. Oh, my God. This is just going to be ridiculous.
I watched a couple of people critical of the fact that TikTok is so bad, it's so dangerous, it's so horrible, they're spreading all these rumors. And the numbers came out yesterday. You know who's number one on TikTok? I am.
TikTok?
I'm number one on TikTok.
TikTok?
And all I talk about is how bad communism is, right? They say, oh, it's terrible, they're spreading, but I'm number one. And I listen to Gordon Chang. I like Gordon Chang, but he's always negative. Oh, China's so terrible, they're so terrible. And TikTok is so terrible. But I'm number one on TikTok. I had 4 billion views.
It's pure narcissism. Yeah,
so,
TikTok.
I don't know. People have to get the priorities straight.
It's just the narcissism. I mean, any normal human being with a functioning brain can look through this and see, yeah, this is all fraud. This is just a guy who's obsessed with himself. But the simple fact is the right loves him so much because he is pure evil incarnate. He's a Nazi. He's a child rapist. He's a wife beater. Truly, he's a business fraud. He's a tax evader. Every single awful trait you could superimpose onto a human, Trump embodies. And the simple fact is, the reason that it's a cult is because Republicans and MAGA are no fucking different. I'm not kidding. They're just as evil. They're just as racist. They're just as violent. They're just as child rapey, which I've got plenty of posts about that in a bit here. So, yeah, they love him because he is a reflection of them. And they see him as such. Like this Daniel J. Tate pedophile who's still in my chat. They're just as evil as him. And see, he's so triggered, like a normal human being would see that they can't talk in the chat, see that I'm obviously not on their side, and they would go, maybe get a fucking hobby. But instead, he's still here sitting in my chat just rage watching, just... he's going to break his phone before he's ever going to make sense. So yes, it is a cult. And I don't foresee it changing for a majority of MAGA because they're just as evil as he is. That's just the facts. And they're super gullible. Yeah, super gullible and stupid. So now he's talking. This is such good, perfect encapsulation of his personality.
Mr. President.
Look at Pete Hegseth standing there like a fucking mannequin. Like a wannabe soldier mannequin. This is like the shit that they put at the Salvation Army, and then they dress him up in like a vest and a camo hat and shit. That's his pose. Human beings do not stand this way. Why can Republicans not just be fucking normal?
Tyler Pager with the New York Times. Last month you said Iranian leaders were very rational people, nice people to deal with, strong people, smart people. Today you said they were scum, sick people, and being led by sick people. What changed, and do you think there
I
was a
got to
head
know
fake?
him. So
What,
I got
said
to
that
know
about
him. Yeah, as if the last, what, 3-4 months of negotiations where he didn't get to know him at all. It's
but now, when you say
It's just such
rational,
transparently
I think they're
stupid.
much more rational than level 1, level 2. Level 1 is gone, level 2 is gone. This is level 3. I
What
think
the
they are
fuck
more
is he talking?
rational, but
Level 1, level 2. Why is he talking about it like a fucking video game? Like boss fight is the irrational Iranian. What the fuck?
based on their actions over the last week or two, they're not doing a service to the people. And I think more than anything else is I got to know them. And I'm not sure I want to make a deal with them. We can play games, but I'm not sure I want to make a deal. Let's just finish the job.
I mean, he's saying, look, he's saying he got to know them when he's been part of the negotiations for the last 3-4 months since this started, even longer than that because there was shit happening with Iran last year. And then, I got to know him, and now after all this time, finally I got to know him. No, what happened was you fucked up the deal. You had missiles flying back and forth from Israel, and then Netanyahu squeezed your fucking balls and told you to fire back, so you did, because Netanyahu has all of the Epstein files and the PP tape. So you gotta go. Hey, you gotta go where the hand squeezes, right? And now Iran is saying, "Fuck you guys. We're not doing business anymore. We're not doing the MOU. We're done." And the Strait of Hormuz is going to be permanently closed, barring some massive military operation, which Trump does not have the spine for. And frankly, I don't know if we have the military will and political capacity to do so. And it's also just fucking wrong and illegal. Beyond all that, he's just a petty fucking tyrant. Because the whole point of being in charge is to sometimes, again, what I was telling the leftists in my chat earlier, sometimes when you're in charge, you got to eat a little shit. As much as shit rolls downhill, sometimes when you're looking out for others, you got to eat a little shit. You just got to. You got to take your pride, shove that shit back down there, and be like, all right, listen, I'll deal with this as long as we get this. That's just what you have to do. If you've ever been a parent, parents have to do that shit all the time. They got to eat crap at dealing with PTA meetings. They got to eat crap with their kids being obnoxious. And it's like, well, you're looking out for them. So sometimes you got to put up with a shitty job in order to bring the money home to feed your kids. It's that simple. And he is incapable of doing that because he is so fucking selfish and thinks of nothing but himself. Again, this is also exactly how MAGA operates. MAGA is the last person you would ever want to be stranded on a desert island with because they would eat all the supplies and drink all the water and gorge themselves just out of spite so that you couldn't. That's their entire philosophy. That's why they're more pissed off about immigrants having $500 in SNAP or $1,000 in rent assistance, but they don't get triggered over Jeff Bezos, who is a literal murderer, murdering his own employees in his warehouses, getting billions in bailouts while he cuts jobs and sends it to AI or sends it overseas. These guys are just fucking stupid. They cannot be normal because they have to feel better than. That's also a big factor. It's not about again, it's not about being responsible. It's not about doing the right thing. It's just about having a little bit of power. And this is the thing. You give small people a little power and they think they're God. And that's what's happening with MAGA. They got a little bit of power and they think they can exercise it. And sometimes they are. That's why so many of the January 6 terrorists and pedophiles that were arrested copped up to it. They admitted to it. They spilled their guts. They sang like a fucking canary. Because they thought they could get away with it. They thought Trump had imbued him with the same power, and boy, were they wrong. Remember when Trump said he would pay their legal bills? That never fucking happened. And this is also what happens when you have incompetent fucking dickless mannequin dolls like Pete Drunk Seth in charge. U.S. military commanders bypassed warnings that intel on potential targets in Iran was severely out of date and approved some strikes, including one that hit a school, killing nearly 200 children and adults, based on years-old info that was not updated before the war started, per multiple sources. Decision was made for expediency under pressure to provide targets at the start of conflict, per 2 sources. But it also directly contributed to accidental strikes on the school, sources added. The Pentagon is pressing everyone to move faster, one source said. A lot of former hedge fund people and made-for-TV personalities in the mix, but leadership at CENTCOM did not push back either. U.S. military officials knew within days of the strike on the school how the mistake happened, one of the sources said. It was obviously old info. Months later, the Pentagon has not released its investigation into the matter. I am not kidding. There needs to be military tribunals for everyone involved in this. We cannot come back from the brink of the destruction of American democracy with people who did this, knowing that they were going to bomb a school with children. We cannot come back from this without punishment and accountability. Iran has begun retaliatory strikes, firing at least 2 anti-ship cruise missiles and various drones at U.S. Navy warships in the Sea of Oman in response to U.S. strikes, per FARS. Alas, begun the dumb wars have. Dun 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 dun. We're so fucked. Like, this is not. Even if both Trump and Iran were to come to the negotiating table tomorrow, we have just barely a month of strategic petroleum reserves left. In the time it would take to get a deal and to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, we're dealing with a broke dick hand at that point. We got a 2 and a 3 when there's a high straight possibility on the table. We got nothing. We got fucking nothing. And then we're going to be negotiating from a position of weakness because we have no oil. We need the oil more than Iran needs the strait opened. And keep in mind that Iran can still send ships through. That's been happening. They've been sending ships through to China, to Russia, to other countries, and they've been able to get away with it because America doesn't have the military capacity to stop them, and they don't have the political ability to get the other countries to cooperate in stopping shipping there. But Iran is still making their money. They're making more money than they were before, actually. And we have, of course, Zionist News Network at work here when Dana Bash, a disgusting, evil, bigoted Zionist, interviewing a literal fucking war criminal.
Some American Jews in Congress who support Israel and support what you just said.
I love how she has to have that, throw that caveat in there. Some American Jews who support you, by the way. They love you, Mr. Netanyahu. They want to suck your dick. But some of them, like, she has to throw that caveat in to coddle his fucking feelings. It's so goddamn pathetic.
Say that a lot of the actions by you and your government are making Jews in the United States unsafe. Congresswoman Haley Stevens, she's running for Senate in Michigan, said Benjamin Netanyahu has made us less safe. He has frankly put Jews in an uncomfortable position across the country.
So I want to point that this has been a pivot for a while coming from the establishment and the centrists. They were ready to hang this all on Netanyahu's shoulders, which doesn't matter because even if you, again, I've said this over and over, even if you get rid of Netanyahu, there is still a desire for genocide within the Israeli government, within the Israeli media, within the Israeli population. So they're wanting to put this all on Netanyahu's shoulders. It's not going to make a lick of difference. Because the problem is the genocidal intent within the government of Israel, which is embedded deep within their bigoted little souls.
Have you?
Well, it's made her uncomfortable because she can't stand up for the truth. She's trying to probably excuse anti-Semitism.
She's not. I just want to explain.
Look at how quickly she's interrupting him, right? Like, CNN is all about tiptoeing around Zionists and, giving them a platform to spew their bigoted propaganda. But the moment that he pushes back on Stevens, she goes pretty hard on this.
She's somebody who supports Israel. She supports...
Again, what does that fucking matter? It's the issue at hand is that American Jews feel that Netanyahu is making them feel unsafe. What does it matter what Haley Stevens supports?
Funding Israel, which is diminishing big time among Democrats and even some Republicans in the United States Congress.
Well, let me tell you.
Some American Jews in...
What in the hell? Inactivity? How is this inactivity on TikTok is so fucking weird.
Congress. Who...
So a lot of people have been pointing out that this looks coordinated because then Haley Stevens went on the debate against Abdul El-Sayed and basically repeated the same talking points here. This is coordinated. They're trying to put this on Netanyahu. There is a coordinated effort between the Israeli government and the Zionist regime here in America to get Haley Stevens over Abdul El-Sayed while pushing the talking point that Netanyahu is the problem, but we can still support Israel. That's their base goal. And are people going to see through it? I don't know. I hope so, but we'll see. Also, this is just spot on Trumpism. This is perfect.
Is the missile defense system going to be handed over to a third party as part of any deal with F-35s?
What does that mean?
Is it going to be handed over to a third party? Is that not part of the deal?
Third party? What is the third? With respect to what?
He really doesn't. Again, this is a guy who's supposed to be such a successful businessman. The term third party is super fucking common in business, right? It's common in just about anything you do. And he legit, look at his confusion. He legit doesn't know what the term third party means.
There's our concerns about the Russian missile defense system. Do you have those concerns about this system? Are they going to have to...
No concerns at all about anything. I mean,
He's just like, fuck it. I have no concerns. I'm tired. I don't give a shit. I want to go home. I need my nappies. I need my binky, and I need my diaper change. I don't care. You know the time change here? I cannot watch Fox News at my usual time slot. You know how long I have to stay up to watch Fox fake news? I hate it. I hate it here.
a leader of a country that he's made a much better country, much more powerful country, and you see it. I mean, it's beautiful. You know?
I have no concerns at all about anything. Jesus Christ. This is like a very serious issue, by the way. So my understanding of the deal is that they're giving the F-35s to Turkey, but they're giving to a third party first to send to Turkey. It is kind of strange, but it's not entirely unheard of. And this is this is going to be a concern against Russia, because Russia and Turkey have been saber rattling and they have tense relations. So yeah, Russia's going to be concerned. Again, this is geopolitics. They're going to be concerned about this shit. And he just, I don't have concerns. I have no concerns about anything at all. I don't care. I don't care. Well, he's going to get a really upset Pootie call here in a minute. Esteban7143, you called me a pedophile when I agree with you. When did I call you a pedophile? I don't even recognize your name. Friendly fire? We got friendly fire! Ceasefire! Ceasefire! Friendly fire! Esteban, I haven't seen you in this chat all day. When did that happen? I'm sorry, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. January 2026 investigation by Texas Observer revealed that these 4 businesses have links to Patriot Front, the white supremacist group that marched in Washington, D.C. during the America 250 weekend. Okay, I'm going to guess. It's going to be Walmart and Home Depot. That's my guess. Let's see. Patriot Front is here in Central. Neo-Nazi group shielded the identity of Muslims. River Inn Resort in Hunt. Damn it! It's like local businesses. Coordinator was on blurred shows roughly 20 people sitting in Patriot Front members of many shows. The general manager of the River Inn told this he was shocked to hear the volunteers' white supremacist affiliation said River Inn has okay. Where just get into fucking companies. Contact information. Veteran Brothers Roofing and Restoration. Photo center. A man resembling the company's owner, Cameron Schronk. Oh, Schronk. Jesus. Why does his name sound like it belongs in the Shrek universe? Jake Shields is Patriot Front? I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but I didn't know he's a member. APAC is foreign agent. Schronk confirmed the observer participant his pickup. Facial recognition software matches other photos of him to the River in photo, and a source who requested anonymity of possible retaliation was reason to Schronk at the time of the photo. I didn't think it was Schronk, but okay, blah, 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 blah. Just name the fucking businesses! In addition to interviews, the Observer has identified Veteran Brothers Roofing and Restoration, one of the 4 businesses. Okay, what are the others? Don't make me read this entire thing. I'm already tight for time. Has identified. Okay, here we go. In addition to Veteran Brothers Roofing and Restoration, the Observer has identified Grand Pine Developments, holds the permit for what evidence indicates is a white nationalist fight club's private gym and whose owner, Josiah Buster, participated in the youth effort. Arrested in Patriot Front uniform in 2022. What the fuck was? What did he get arrested for? Was that one of the things where they were in like those box trucks in Chicago and shit? Charvold Holmes' owner, John Werner, participated in the flood relief efforts and organized a recent birthday party for neo-Nazi and KKK leader David Duke's birthday. Blue collar tree and junk removal. Damn it. Well, I was really hoping these were going to be like big local chains. But it's like local shit and I don't live in Texas. I can't do anything with this. I can't boycott these things. I can't boycott a business that I've never gone to. And also, I just try to generally stay away from Texas. Days ago, I got timed. I was making German Antifa, but I think the sarcasm didn't translate. I wanted to clear my name. Good luck. Also, real talk. The only political streamer who reads articles. Esteban, I sincerely apologize about that. That is on me. It's my fault as a streamer. You're not the first one, and I got to get better about this. I think I need to start asking clarifying questions. The problem is, like, I go from people making literal death threats on me, saying that they're going to dox me, saying that they have a 50 caliber with my name on it, all this other shit. And then, you know, friendly fire chatters get up there that, yeah, like you're saying, it may have been sarcastic, or maybe I misread it, or, you know, it was typed wrong, whatever. And then, like you said, friendly fire, so I sincerely apologize about that. Esteban7143, that is my fault. I owe you apology. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. But I do thank you for the compliments about reading articles. I appreciate that. It's a flurry of crazy. It's hard to spot the real shit. I get it. Thank you, Esteban. I really appreciate you are a better man than I, honestly, for coming back and mentioning this. I apologize. Fuck, dude. I really gotta. Let me add that to my list of the to-do things I gotta do. Be a better streamer. Be a better person. Stop doing friendly fire. That's on my list, Esteban. I'm with you on that. This week in the agenda, Democrats need to be prepared to use inherent contempt if they want their investigations to be taken seriously. Nothing we have seen, either from Trump 1.0 or 2.0, should make Democrats think there will be any cooperation with their investigations. As a matter of fact, Republicans have made it very clear, excuse me, made it very clear that they are not going to cooperate. So, yes, Democrats in Congress need to be prepared to use inherent contempt as soon as they regain the reins of power. And by the way, I love this because back in the days of Trump 1.0, when fascism was in its infancy, when it was just getting started, when it was crawling out of the primordial ooze and fascism was just getting its flippers were turning into hands, right? Back then, when the subpoenas were going out over Russiagate and other stuff, there was a whole bunch of probes and the Democrats got back in power in 2018. When all that shit was happening, the Democrats were slow-walking the subpoenas, right? They were like, oh, we can't do this. And then, you know, Steve Bannon famously no-showed. What's that worm's name? I can't remember. The whites, Roger. God damn it, what is that guy's name? Roger something. Anyways, it was just complete contempt of Congress. They didn't care. And they got away with it. And I called my congressperson, and I told them to use inherent contempt and to dispatch the House Sergeant-at-Arms to arrest these people. They laughed at me. They fucking laughed at me. That is how unserious the Democratic establishment was. In the face of fascism, in the face of people truly not even respecting their power, respecting Congress, respecting democracy, respecting the rule of law, and I tell the Democrats to enforce the rule of law, and they laugh at me. I'm telling you, you do not hate the establishment enough. A. Sherman, he is a good streamer, reads comments, which makes us feel involved. Thank you, A. Sherman. I really try, to make this an involved process, even with people who disagree with me. If you disagree in good faith, I'm happy to be. I mean, if you say stupid shit like the Earth is flat, vaccines cause autism, or January 6th never happened. If you just say dumb shit, I don't have time for your crap. But if you come in there with a legitimate disagreement, maybe on taxes, a disagreement on Medicare for all, how will we pay for it, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'll entertain that. But if you just come in here and say, Trump and J.D. Vance won, love won, oh, 2028, here we come. There's no reaching to you. See, in the UK version of Trump, Nigel Farage has stood down as rerunning for his seat to avoid a corrupt... Oh, he is rerunning for his seat. Wait, because he resigned. Yeah, he resigned, and then he's running again. Yes, I heard that. The kicker is all of the parties have pulled out, so the only other guys count Binface. Yes, Vindaloo, I think you mentioned this to me the other day. Lily64 WAP, welcome. Okay. So, yes, the Democrats need to be prepared to use inherent contempt. And I honestly, given what I'm seeing from Schumer and Jeffries and, unfortunately, AOC backing Jeffries, I don't think they've learned their lesson. Unlike Susan Collins, they have not learned their lesson, right? Who needs, God damn it. Who needs fascism when you have weak-ass Democrats? They are truly the Weimar Democrats. The FCC is on the verge of letting internet service providers like Comcast hide the true price they charge you. The FCC is about to vote to eliminate a rule that requires internet service providers to list all of their fees on an easily accessible price label. The Biden-era FCC updated the broadband label rules to require that these companies like Comcast show you one clear label with all the costs. Now that rule could be eliminated. Again, MAGA, you're getting fucked. You're getting bent over a barrel, cheek spread, raw. They're fucking you, dude. Like, you don't have to like Biden to understand that this was a good rule. This made it very clear what the price was and what they was paying, so that then when they advertise $99 internet service, and then you sign up, you don't suddenly get a bill for $200 because there's all these extra fees. This was a good thing, and you guys fucked it up because everything that Trump touches turns to shit. I parodied this video earlier today, but yeah, let's just see it.
Do you think he'd be willing to call into the show? Could we get him on the phone now?
You know,
oh, the panic. The panic laugh. The panic laugh was brilliant here. I love it. Scott Jennings is such a transparent liar.
Really expecting him to call this morning, to be honest.
Oh, he's lying. Look at this body language, and he's talking like he's giving a speech on a fucking movie. You can't tell me that this is the fucking body language of someone who's telling the truth. Come the fuck on.
The phone rang and I was able to talk to him. I was frankly pretty grateful. I mean, as I said, I've known him since I was a teenager. If it hadn't been for Mitch McConnell and the McConnell Center at the University of Louisville, you know, I would never have been able to go to college. He's been my mentor and he changed the trajectory of my life. So, you know, when things happen to him and happen to people in your life that you really care about, you know, you just sort of naturally feel extremely worried. So when I heard his voice today and he was clearly keeping up with stuff, that made me happy to hear from him, because like everybody else, I've been, you know, somewhat.
What is this? This is not journalism, okay? Like, let's drill down into the details so you can confirm that Mitch McConnell was alive and well. You can confirm that he was coherent. What did you talk about? What did he say? This is not journalism. CNN is like, look, CNN didn't always used to be fake news, but now, I'm sorry, straight up, they are fake news. They are a propaganda outlet. They had their own problems back in the day, but it was not like this. This is just complete abandoning reality and a total sucking the cock of fascism.
In the dark about it, but to hear him talking and to know that he's also talking to the Senate leadership, it made me pretty happy.
The MAGA media ecosphere, shall we say, has been driving a lot of the questions about where Mitch McConnell has been and what has happened
have they?
To him. You, of course, are in tune with that in the role you have on your radio show. Do you think they should put out a picture of Mitch McConnell, that he should release more to the public to quiet this noise?
Okay, that's actually a good question.
Yeah, I think Al had a good point about McConnell's general disposition towards privacy. I sometimes wonder, like, if I were laying in a hospital
Who fucking
bed,
cares? I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. You're a U.S. senator. You're like one of the most powerful people in one of the parties that's currently in charge. We keep letting them get off on this whole, like, oh, but they're a private person. They're a private person. Fuck you, dude. You're in charge of the fucking government. Sending a picture of yourself to show that you're alive and functioning when you're, you know, dealing with shit like whether or not nuclear weapons are going to be used. Yeah. Buck the fuck up and take the fucking selfie.
I want a bunch of people around photographing me. Probably not, particularly if I were an 84-year-old person who's normally private about his health. Probably not. But I take the criticism. I think it's a fair question about transparency. I think it's a fair question about...
And I'm sorry, she's just letting him ramble on. This is an awful interview.
Whether they've done enough.
There are serious questions at hand here. Because, one, is Mitch McConnell alive? 2, is he brain dead, or is he able to function in his capacity? 3, if that's not the case, are they covering it up? 4, are they covering it up for corrupt political purposes to prevent an election from happening? These are serious questions, and I'm telling you, Democrats, Andy Bashar just now apparently sent a letter to Mitch McConnell. Oh, can you pretty please just tell me, pretty please, with sugar on top, and make sure you cross your heart and hope not to die, or hope to die, is it? I haven't done that in a long time. Hope to die, that you're okay and well. Can you just do that for me, please? No, motherfucker. Send the fucking police to send the fucking National Guard to do a goddamn welfare check. Republicans would, so why would you not? I'm losing my mind.
But ultimately, these office holders, they're in charge of their own operations, and it may be somebody around him says, let's put out a picture, and he doesn't want to do it. I think that's a fair observation from Al. But all I can tell you today is all the rumors about him being dead or brain dead, or his body's being hidden somewhere, all kinds of crazy things on the internet. That's obviously not true, because he picked up the phone and called me, and that was a good thing.
Well, let him know.
So he's fine. Okay. Wait, what did he actually say? I talked over
it. He picked up the phone and called me, and that was a good thing.
Okay, so
let him know. Our phone lines are open here at the arena. Should he
Long-time listener,
should he wish to call in?
God, could you imagine Mitch McConnell calling in, though? Like, if he's on his deathbed right now, it's like, Casey, Scott told me to call in. I'm okay. Sorry, they're removing my colonoscopy bag. But, so, this is actually the Mitch McConnell? It's me. It's me. I'm alive. So this isn't a political cover-up. I wish it was. I don't want to live right now. I'm in so much goddamn pain, but it's me, Casey. It's really me. This dude is fucking gone, bro. Cyborg McConnell is the enemy America needs. Yeah. What if he did become the Terminator? He comes back and is like, come with me if you want to lose democracy. What's the other thing? I'll be back at a turtle's pace. Remember when Fox News paid $1 billion because they knew their election lies would get smacked the fuck down in court? To be fair, Esteban, it was $750 million, but, what's the difference? Like, yes, and I hold that over their heads every single time. Mitch is brain dead. That's might be a compliment at this point. That's my belief. I fully believe this is a cover-up. Generally speaking, what you find, when there is fuckery afoot, assume the worst of the fuckeries is afoot. Because Republicans are the most afoot of fuckery-ables. So therefore, Mitch McConnell is definitely brain dead or fully dead, and they're covering it up because they don't want to have an election and have that swing towards the Democrats. That's my take. Hot take, coming in hot. There's only a 5% chance someone at his age could survive a cardiac arrest and need a CPR, and the ones that survive have brain damage. He has a brain. But yeah, this is clearly... So he said, here's the other thing that pisses me off is that Scott Jennings is unequivocally saying that, yes, Mitch McConnell is alive, he's well, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. We're going to find out that's... When did this air? This is July 7th. We're going to find out that Mitch McConnell has been brain dead for the last 2 weeks. And there's going to be no consequences for Scott Jennings. He's still going to have this show. And none of the panelists, I don't know if they have a rule or something where they can't call this shit out. But, like, none of the panel... Well, actually, this is what happens, is that they don't get called back. Because I think Harris Sisson said it. He called out Scott Jennings and was like, hey, remember that time you said this, this, and this? And now you're saying this, this, and this, and that time was also bullshit? What do you think people should think about you saying this now? And then they're just not asked back. Front Range Truth says, doing God's work, sir. I goddamn try. Andre C333, welcome. And yeah, Jennings is going to face no repercussions for this because CNN is corrupt as fuck. And unfortunately, there's no one with the balls to stand up to that dude and just call him a liar. No brain, just mashed taters. Alex Stahelm is typing in Russian? Ukrainian? Serbian? Alex Stahl, I don't know. Stahelm, I don't know what language that is, brother. And I'm not kidding when, I don't harp on this enough. Republicans are literal child killers. 1 minute, these babies are fine. The next, they're seizing, or vomiting blood, or not waking up from a nap, or not breathing. I spoke with more than a dozen doctors who have seen the consequences of more parents declining the routine vitamin K shot for their newborns. This is what it looks like. If MAGA wants to go swim in sewage shit. If MAGA wants to drink unpasteurized milk, if MAGA wants to shove UV dildos up their ass, I don't care. They're adults. Let Darwin do his thing. But these people, with their brain rot against basic fucking medicine, are killing children. There is no excuse for this. The greatest danger to not only America, but to children are Republicans. That is not hyperbole. That is not hyperbolic. It is a legitimate fact. And we need to treat them as such. And we need to stop letting them get away with this bullshit about them being the party of family values. RFK does swim in sewage. Yes, he does. Ugh, God. So it wouldn't be a thread without covering up the mega pedos of the day. Republican commentator Joseph Walker was caught attempting to have sex with a child in a sting operation. He repeatedly... oh, TikTok suspended me again. Great, I'll just appeal it and I'll be fine. Republican commentator Joseph Walker was caught attempting to have sex with a child in a sting operation. He repeatedly sent naked pictures of himself to an undercover cop posing as a minor. Republicans are the party of pedophiles. Confirmed! The Herald has spoken! Breaking, Republican official Terry Steinwald admitted to repeatedly sexually assaulting a child. The conservative prosecution gave him a sweetheart deal involving no sex offender registration or prison time. The Republican Party is the party of pedophiles. The Herald has spoken. Republican candidate Michael Walsh forged more than 10,000 signatures to get his name on the ballot. He was campaigning on election integrity. Republicans are the party of election fraud. The Herald has spoken. An Indiana Republican attempted to rape his own daughter on her birthday. He was just sentenced to 6 years. Only 6 years? What in the fuck? Jail him for longer. The Herald has spoken. A Republican mayor raped a child for over 3 years before being caught. He now faces 792 years in prison. That's better. The Republicans are the party of pedophiles. I'm out of breath and the Herald has spoken. Love the noisemaker. Thank you. It's a nice little addition. All right. It's a pretty dark life out there. Let's have some fucking fun. So if you've seen Obsession, excellent movie, by the way. I found it extremely amusing, very funny, because it's like, you can't just let people treat you like this. I don't know if maybe I have more self-respect, but like if this shit happens, I'm dropping the fucking hammer. It's like, nope, there's the door. Oh, you taped over it? Great. Here's my box cutter. Voomp, voomp, voomp. The door's open. Get the fuck out. So I found it amusing, but let's have a little fun at the movie's expense.
It is 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. I think it's time you got your fucking ass in the bed.
Which is exactly what I would do. If she's standing at the foot of the bed like that, I'd be like, bitch, you're sleeping on the sofa. And I'm locking that fucking door. You sober up. And hopefully I'll see you in the morning if I'm not pissed. Also, this is just fun. These are fun. I love these moments on set where these people just show like they're not these elitist people. They're just like average, everyday folks. And they get bored, too. They get bored on set. Fuck it.
Hello, Tiny. Oh, Mama. Hello.
It simply is. And we are all better for it. And we are all the better for it. We are all better for it.
Damn it. I'm not that cool.
I love how he's so honest about it. Like, he's just, like, that's actually, to me, that seems like a sign of a healthy mentality where he's kind of self-deprecating. He's like, hey, fuck it, I'm not this cool, man. What the fuck? Why'd you cast me? What the shit am I doing here?
Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Yeah.
The mirror zone. What? No, dimension. The mirror zone. No, the parking zone. You can't park here.
How's the circulation?
Too early to tell.
Apparently he did that a lot. I can't remember this actress's name, but she's brilliant. She's in everything, and she's so fucking underrated.
Someone forgot to do the monthly maintenance spell to keep the seals tight.
I kind of wish that they kept this as the blooper, because this is just fucking funny. Like, it's almost funnier if he did land that way and then that was the plot, right? That was the character definition. I wish they kept this part in.
The seal's tight.
That's right, he did.
Also, like, did they have real snow and real ice? Like, how was it actually that slippery? That seems like a safety hat. Where's the union? Guys, this is not safe. What the fuck is going on this set?
I'm Dr. I'm Dr. I Can't Walk at the moment.
He farted! He actually farted there! You can't... How do I go back? You can't tell me that he didn't actually fart there.
Yeah. So wait.
Just a very slight movement. Yeah, not even that much. Just a very.
Wow, that's really good makeup, honestly.
Are you hungry? Yeah. I need
That's really good makeup there. Would you say communism is also fascist? No, that's not what communism is. Matthias Divinus, do you even know what... define communism. Type it in right now. Define communism. You can have communism with fascist traits if it's authoritarian enough. See Stalin. How much of a communist Stalin was is debatable, though. Well, you can have fascism on either side of the political spectrum. That's the whole thing. Same thing with Cuba, right? But then you can also have a capitalist state like America or Russia, which is no longer communism. It's very oligarchically organized, which is also fascist. You can be right-wing or left-wing and have fascism. Fascism itself is not defined to one wing of the political spectrum. Maybe that's why centrists love being centrists, because they're so boring that they'd never be fascists, you know? Centrists are such fucking losers that they would just like, we should be fascists. And then some leftist is like, no, you're not. Okay. But we really want to be fascists. And then some MAGA is like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, centrists. And they're like, okay. We'll be in the corner. Shut the fuck up, centrists. Maybe that's why centrists can never be fascists, because they're just too fucking boring. So, okay. So we all know the accusations of Jared Leto. We do not have to hand it to him. But can we separate the art from the artist for a second here? Because I do find this edit and these takes in this video very, very, very entertaining.
Well, A, I don't have a face, and B, I don't want to. Kill anyone who approaches the women and children first. Can I level with you, Adam? I was never really buying that old beefcake barbarian thing. I have the power!
Just laugh.
Once more with feeling, perhaps?
Don't test me, woman. Why isn't it working? Good boy. Stand still, you mother-bound oaf. I'm trying to annihilate you. Catch.
Catch.
Have you ever been to Sedona?
I love this one.
Well, I conquered an entire planet you over here. What even is this? Oh, you could pretend to be the hero with your giant muscles, that big long sword dangling between your glorious thighs.
Okay, what the fuck is up with this line, first of all? What is up with this line? That is such a weird line. And I love these movies, how obviously the movie was not very good, but they give the villain and they hope that that's going to carry the film, and it's just so fun. It's just so fucking fun. Antifa is fascist? Is that why it's called anti-fascist, Esteban? You fucking dumbass. I'm telling you, more MAGA need to invest in English lessons from immigrants, because you guys clearly don't know what English is. Oh, I missed a shitload of comments here. Oh, Alex Stahlhelm, the actual Nazi pedophile, came back. He has an actual swastika in his user profile. I'm sure he gets all the women. I'm sure he gets all the women. We're actually just going to give you a straight up ban. We're going to ban you here. We're going to ban you from the channel until you are banned from existence, which can't come soon enough. Antifa. Oh, wow, we're doing. His voice acting of the dragon in the Hobbit movies was awesome. Oh, Mateus, I think you're a little bit behind on the stream. He's talking about Benedict Cumberbatch. And yeah, his voice acting in that was incredible. This is so spot on, too.
No, 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 don't do that! No, 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 don't do that!
I hate it when they do this. They do this everywhere. They do it in Costco. I swear to God, they seriously, by the end of July, mid-August sometime, excuse me, end of July, sometimes mid-August, they actually have Halloween Christmas decorations already up. It makes me so irrationally angry. Growing up on a farm, I really relate to this. I love this one.
Booga, booga.
And yeah, dude, I'd run away from a pig too. I've had pigs. Those things can be mean. And they are way stronger than they look. So, like, yeah, I don't blame them for running here. Oh my God, that poor goat. Yeah, we had a mean rooster growing up on the farm too. So like, when they come at you, they're just a whirlwind of talons and beak, and it's painful. Oh, that poor sheep! Yeah, what'd he do?
Sit down, the two of you. Sit down. Not you. Not you. Sit down, Willie, the two of you.
I actually didn't know cows could sit like that. I've never seen that. I've seen them like lay down and roll over. I've never seen one sit like that. I would think that's actually kind of dangerous because I'm not sure how well that ceiling could hold up for those poor critters. I hope they don't fall through.
Oh, Wilbur. Please get out of the horse's paddock, Wilbur. Bruce. Jackson.
Oh, no. Is that a fucking ostrich? Bro, I think that's a fucking ostrich. Chasing a dachshund?
Get him, Mom.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Well, good morning.
Yeehaw.
Does that mean you're hungry? What's up?
Gente, olha só isso daqui. Não tem fundamento. Sai.
Oh, that's Portuguese. I don't always miss the farm, but there are some aspects of the farm I miss. All right. Thank you as always. Please make sure to like the live stream. Subscribe if you have not already. Vindaloo, thank you. A. Sherman, thank you all for your support. Always appreciated. When I see videos of animals like this, I can't understand how people can eat red meat and poultry. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely cut back on my red meat, you know, and just animal products in general. I use almond milk. I use the Beyond Burger. But, bro, I'm sorry. Steak is just so good. Bacon is just so good, man. I don't know what to tell you. Bacon is so good. They put it on other food that sucks to make it better. I don't know. All right, that's it for me. I gotta go.